Good evening, students. Good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening, beta. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, beta. So we have already done the first two tutorial sheets. So you can see the third tutorial sheet here, which is based on the alternating series and the concept of this absolute and
Yes, ma'am.
conditional convergence. Okay. So let me start with this tutorial sheet. I'll just wait for 1 more minute. Let everybody come, then we'll start. Meanwhile, you can see the questions here and you can start doing these questions. Some of the problems we have already done in the class, but still, we'll cover it here today.
And ma'am, if you could just like explain conditional convergence once again with some example if possible.
Yeah, sure. Just a minute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. So, conditional convergence is when your series itself is convergent, but if you take mod of each term, that is divergent. So such a series is called conditional convergent. For example, if you look at this series -1 raised to power n plus 1, 1 by n. Okay, so this particular series here is convergent due to which test? Leibniz test.
Leibniz says.
But if you take modulus, here this is your an. Okay, now if you look at this series, mod of an, so minus sign will go away. So this is 1 by n from 1 to infinity. So this series here is divergent due to p-test. Right? So this is an example of a conditionally convergent series. Is that okay? So
Okay,
in questions here also, we'll be having some series which are conditionally convergent. Okay, beta.
ma'am.
So let us start our class. There are less number of
Ma'am,
students. I don't know
I
why.
had ma'am, I had a doubt in the 20th question of tutorial 2. I am not able to do it.
Okay, beta. So let me complete this first, then we'll go to the tutorial second. Okay. At the end, you can remind me. Okay, beta. So let us see. Test which of the following alternating series is convergent or divergent. So can you see the first? Can you answer whether it is convergent or divergent?
Convergent.
So you see here, your un is 1 by n square. Everybody can see?
P-test.
Leibniz test. No, p-test, beta. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you can do that. But let us try to apply Leibniz test first. Okay, so let me do this first question, A part. So you have two choices. N from 1 to infinity minus 1 raised to power n plus 1 upon n square. So your un here is 1 by n square, right? So this is 1 by n square. So you have un positive. First condition. Second condition, limit un is 0. And third condition is also true that un is decreasing. Therefore, by Leibniz test, convergent. Is that okay? So, if you are saying by p-test, then exactly what you are saying is you have taken the mod series and that is equal to 1 by n square and that is convergent by p-test. Then you will also write that sigma an convergent implies sigma mod of an convergent implies sigma an convergent. That is why your series is convergent. Is that okay? So if you are going by this method, then you have to write everything. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody, is that thing clear? So you have
Yes,
two ways.
Yes, ma'am.
Either you apply Leibniz test or you go for mod an. You'll get sigma 1 by n square. That is convergent by p-test. And sigma mod an convergent implies sigma an convergent. So you will write everything. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these questions you will try later on in the tutorial itself. Let me do the next question, one part, so that you can try. So after the discussion, you will try all these problems. Some of them we have already tried in the class today. For example, this problem we have done in the class today, but you will try all the problems. Okay, let us move to the question number second. Second here, which of the following series converge absolutely or conditionally? So tell me this one, first series, is it convergent absolutely or conditionally?
Convergent, absolutely.
So what you will do,
Absolute
I think this
convergence.
discussion we have done in the class. So you will take mod of an. Your an is here. This one is your an. So if you take mods, minus sign will go away. So this is 0.1 raised to power n. So you are talking about this series. The series here is GP with common ratio 0.1, which is less than 1,
0.1.
convergent. So you are saying sigma mod of an is convergent. Therefore, convergence is absolute. Is that thing okay? Now look at this series here. If you take mod, that series is sigma 1 by mod square root of n. So this is divergent by p test. So you cannot say anything about an. So you look at that series again without taking mod. So here un is 1 by root n, which is positive, decreasing, and limit goes to 0. Therefore, convergent by Leibniz test. So you have the series itself is convergent, but its modulus is not convergent. So this is conditionally convergent. Somebody has asked me the example. So this is one
Yes, ma'am.
more example.
Understood.
Is that okay?
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
everybody please try these questions, B to F part and this C to F part. So everybody should have done these things. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay, beta? So do it quickly.
Ma'am, now could you explain the 20th question of tutorial 2?
Yeah, beta. Just wait. The 20th question. You're asking the 20th question from the last tutorial sheet? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Have
ma'am.
you tried? Anybody have tried that question?
Ma'am, I tried it using the ratio test, but then
But that
it
fails.
didn't
Ratio test
work
fails.
out.
The question is A0 is 3, A1 is 3, I guess, na? And AN plus 1 is equal to N upon N plus 1 into 3. So you have to tell about the convergence and divergence of this series. Anybody? Anybody? You are supposed to complete the tutorial sheet. If you have not asked me the doubts, already we have spent 2 tutorial classes on this particular sheet. So you should know how to do this problem. At least you should have tried. So you see here, an plus 1, sorry, this is an here. An plus 1 is, you are saying n upon n plus 1 an. So what will be an in terms of n minus 1? That will be n minus 1 upon n into an minus 1, because this is a recursive relation. Is that okay? So what, if I just put the value here, so I'll get an plus 1 as n upon n plus 1 into n minus 1 upon n an minus 1. This and this will cancel. So what I get that an plus 1 is equal to n minus 1 upon n plus 1 into an minus 1. Okay, now further I can put the value of an minus 1. Value of an minus 1 is n minus 2 upon n minus 1 into an minus 2. So this and this will cancel. So what I will get, an plus 1 is n minus 2 upon n plus 1 into an minus 2. So can you see what is happening? If you are writing here n minus 2, so n minus 2 will appear here. If you are writing here n minus 1, here n minus 1, so n minus 1 will appear here. The denominator is constant n plus 1. So in this way you will get an plus 1 is, if I am writing 1 here, so what I will get, 1 upon n plus 1. Is that okay? But that will not give you anything. So if you now apply the nth term test, what you will get? Limit n going to infinity, an will be 0. Because this is 3. So nth term test fails. So what else we can do? Have I done the calculations right? An plus 1. Because in the answer it is given that it is by nth term test divergent. Can you check the calculations better, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, do that. So you see here what you get. You get that an plus 1 is 3 upon n plus 1, right? So an is actually 3 by n. So your series is 3 by n. What is this? This is divergent by p-test.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everybody, continue doing your problems. Okay, better let us discuss. So can you tell me about this series? Convergent, divergent? Everybody, please participate.
Convergent, ma'am.
So here,
Convergent.
Leibniz test, you can apply. Your un is 1 by n raised to power 3 by 2, which is positive, decreasing, and limit is 0. Therefore, convergent by Leibniz test.
Leibniz test.
Okay, the next one, n by 10 raised to power n. Convergent, divergent.
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 Yes,
Divergent, ma'am.
how?
Divergent, ma'am.
Un is not greater than equal to 0 at some time, because sometimes it's
No, un is greater than equal
increasing
to
first
0.
and then decreasing.
Root test.
No, you cannot apply root test here. You have n by 10 raised to power n. Right? This is your un. Right? So, which test will say it is divergent?
Nth test for divergence.
कैसे लगाओगे? How you will find out the limit? You see, this is either you go for, if you want to apply, say, root test. So that will not work because your series is not positive term series. Fine. So here your un is this. So un for sure is greater than equal to 0. Somebody was saying un is not greater than equal to 0, but un is greater than equal to 0. And then you need to check limit n going to infinity, n raised to power n upon 10 raised to power n. What is this limit? Can you tell me what is this limit? What do you expect that this limit is? Let me write down like this one. What do you expect this limit to be?
Infinity.
Infinity? Why? Because you see, this 10 is fixed. So after 10 terms, this term is going to be greater than 1 and raised to power infinity. That for sure is infinity. Is that okay? You can analytically also compute it, taking logs and applying the L'Hopital rule. So this term is infinity, this limit is infinity, therefore divergent by which test? By nth term test.
Nth term test.
Is that okay? So this question here, the third C part is divergent by nth term test. Okay, the next one. This is easy. What is your un here? D part. Tell me, what is un here?
ln
ln upon n.
Ln upon n.
Is it decreasing? Yes, we have already
Yes.
proved. After 10 terms, it is decreasing. Is it positive?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. ma'am.
Yes, because n starts from 1. Is the limit 0? Log n by n limit is 0.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Therefore, L'Hopital rule says it is convergent.
Convergent.
These two
Ma'am,
we have already
Leibniz-
done in the class.
Leibniz.
Okay, so you can check. This is
I'm
convergent.
Leibniz rule.
It is divergent. So we have done in the class today. You can see. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. Okay. Minus 1 raised to power n sin n upon n square. Tell me. Minus 1 raised to power n sin n upon n square. You have to tell me, is it conditionally convergent or absolutely convergent? Tell me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely करूंगा.
Absolutely.
So you just take the mod an will be sin n mod upon n square. This is convergent by which test? DCT, because sin n upon n square is less than equal to 1 upon n square. Both are positive term series, and this is convergent by P test. Therefore, by DCT, this series is convergent. So this series is convergent, therefore absolute convergence. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Go for the next one. Log n upon n minus log n. Tell me, everybody. See next part, which is minus 1 raised to power n log n upon n minus log n. N from 1 to infinity. Tell me.
Ma'am, could you show the previous question once?
Conditional convergence.
Tell me, beta, kya hai ye?
Yes.
Is the series itself convergent?
Yes, ma'am.
Leibniz test is working? Beta. So if you just check this mod an, that series is going to be sigma log n upon n minus log n. Which test you will apply?
Ma'am, Leibniz is working.
Leibniz is working, that I know. You can just check here. Un is
Nth term.
log n upon n minus log n. So un is positive. Okay, because n is greater than log n ultimately. And also un is decreasing. You can check the derivative. And limit un is 0. Can you see that? Limit n going to infinity. Log n upon n minus log n. You divide with n. So you have limit n going to infinity. Log n upon n divided by 1 minus log n upon n, which is 0 upon 1 minus 0, which is 0. So Leibniz just says that this series is convergent. Now what about this series? This, if you take the mod, because we have to tell whether it is absolutely convergent or not. So you have to check the convergence of this series. Can you do that?
Nth term. LOS पूरा लगा.
Which test? Nth term?
Direct comparison test, ma'am.
Nth तो 0 ही आ रहा है ना बेटा? Limit तो 0 आ रही है nth term की. So DCT, if you are saying DCT कैसे लगा रहे हो बेटा बताइए? Tell me.
Ma'am, for n greater than 1, 1 upon n minus ln n is greater than 1 by n. So ln n upon n into ln n is greater than ln n by n.
Okay,
and we
then
know ln n by n diverges. So we can say that ln n
this is
upon n
divergent.
minus.
Is it okay to everybody? Because here what you are doing, here the denominator is less as compared to this. Therefore, this is true. Now this is divergent. कैसे पता? So you just do this log n upon n and take bn is 1 by n. Okay, so this is your an upon bn. That will be log n. Limit n going to infinity. Okay, so that is, what is that limit? Limit n going to infinity is infinity. So if the limit is infinity and niche wala series is divergent, then upar wala series is also divergent. Is that thing okay?
Yes,
Yahi tha na
ma'am.
beta? Which test it is?
DCT.
Not DCT, LCT. Okay? Limit comparison test है ना ये. DCT में direct करते हो, यहाँ पे limit निकालते हो ना. So that is why this is LCT. Fine. So this is divergent. Is that okay? So the original series is convergent, but modulus is divergent. Therefore, conditional convergence. Is that okay? देखो बेटा, please see if you have any doubts, ask.
So, ma'am, by LCD, ln upon n is divergent, and
This is divergent, and hence by DCT,
DCT.
this is divergent. Therefore, conditionally
Yes, ma'am.
divergent.
Yes, ma'am. Conditionally divergent.
Sorry, convergent. I'm sorry. Conditionally convergent. There is
Okay,
nothing
ma'am.
conditional divergence.
Ma'am, but it is divergent.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying na, ki the series itself is convergent, but mod is divergent. That is why it is conditionally convergent series.
Okay, ma'am.
Got it? So for the series itself, you are applying the Leibniz test. That is telling you that the series itself is convergent. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
now you are
ma'am.
taking the mod, and DCT is telling you that the modulus series is divergent. So the original series is said to be conditionally convergent. Is that
Thank
okay?
you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else having doubts?
Ma'am, so what do we have to write, that the original series is convergent or conditionally convergent?
If you see, the original series is convergent and original series is conditionally convergent. Both are same actually, na? If we are just talking, because conditionally convergent means the original series is convergent plus one more extra condition. But in the question here, you are asked whether it is absolutely convergent or conditionally convergent. So that is why your answer should be conditionally convergent. Okay, so you can read the statement of the question. It is asked whether it is absolutely convergent or conditionally convergent. So that is why your answer will be conditionally convergent. But if you see in broader sense, convergence and conditional convergence. So conditional convergence in a way includes convergence, right? So here you will write conditionally convergent. So I want you to try E and F yourself, okay? E and F part, you will try yourself. Let us move on to question number 3. So question number 3 here is, estimate the magnitude of the error involved in using sum of the first 4 terms to approximate the sum of this series, and then the sum of the first 3 terms to approximate the sum of this series. Also determine whether the approximated sum overestimates or underestimates the actual sum of the series. So let us see this question. Question number 3. How much time we have? So question number 3. So you know that we already have this. What is that theorem? Error estimation theorem, right? I told you. Do you remember the statement? So this says that suppose you have an alternating series and suppose the exact sum is L and you are having the n terms. If you are just taking the first n terms, then this sum is less than is equal to the mod of the next first discarded term, which is n plus 1th term, and the sign of L minus Sn is also the sign of an plus 1. Is that okay? This was a theorem. Now you see the first question, you are saying that you have this series n from 1 to infinity minus 1 raised to power n plus 1 upon n, and you are taking the first 4 terms. Is that okay? First 4 terms they are saying. minus 1 is power first 4 terms. So it means that if original sum is L, you are approximating with first 4 terms. So first 4 terms here are 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5. So by estimation theorem, this error will be less than or equal to 1 by 5. And also exactly this is positive. So now if this is positive, it means that Sn is smaller than the exact sum. So S4 is underestimating the exact sum. Is that okay, beta? Is that thing clear to everybody? Please ask if you have doubts. Clear hai sabko?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now let us look at the second part of the same question. Second part says that if you're approximating with first 3 terms, so you have 3 terms here of this series. Minus 1 raised to power n plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n. Minus 1 raised to power n plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n. And from 1 to infinity. So this here is 1 upon 10 minus 1 upon 10 square plus 1 upon 10 cube minus. Okay. So if you are approximating with the sum of first 3 terms, that will be less than is equal to 10 is power 4. And L minus S3 is negative. Therefore, S3 is overestimating. Overestimating matlab ज़्यादा है. The exact sum. L minus S3 negative means S3 is more than L. So that is why it is overestimating. Okay, beta. So we are left with
समझा दो
समझाओ.
समझ में नहीं आया
The second part or both the parts. Yes,
Both
beta.
the parts.
both the parts.
You see, beta, we are saying here, suppose you have an alternating series. Okay. And let L be the exact sum. If it is convergent, there will be some sum. There will be a value of this sum, say L. And suppose you are approximating it with only n terms. For example, here we are saying this series is 1 upon 10 minus 1 upon 100 plus 1 upon 10 cube minus 1 by 10 is power 4 and so on. So I am saying that I will just take these 3 terms. Okay, I will get some sum and I want to know how much is the error. So we have a theorem which tells L minus S3 mod is less than is equal to A for whatever is the next term. Whatever is the first discarded term. So the error will be less than is equal to the mod of first discarded term. This is from the theorem. Is that okay? So here L minus S3 will be less than is equal to 1 by 10 is power 4. And also we have in the theorem that this has sign equal to the sign of the first discarded term. So here the sign is negative. So if you are saying L minus S3 is negative, इसका क्या मतलब है that S3 is more than L? यही मतलब हुआ ना तभी negative होगा ये. So it means S3 is more than L. So it implies S3 is overestimating. क्योंकि ये estimation है. S3 is just an approximation or an estimation of L. And in this case, this is an overestimation. Is that okay? Is that thing clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, if you look at the first part, here we are saying that you are approximating with first 4 terms. So what will be the error? Whatever is the first discarded term, which here is 1 by 5. And what will be the sign of L minus S4? That will be whatever is the sign of here. That is positive. So if L minus S4 is positive, it means that S4 is smaller than L. So it is underestimation. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. So we are left with question number 2, E and F part. And question number 4 and 5. So you will try it yourself. Next time I'll ask you whether you have completed this part or not. Okay, and also from tomorrow we'll be starting power series, which is tutorial 4. So you should start practicing tutorial 4. Is that okay? So make
Yes,
sure you are doing every problem of each tutorial. So till now, tutorial 2 should be completed for everybody. And by this week, you should be completing this tutorial 3 and tutorial 4, you should be starting. So this should be the scenario. Is that okay?
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Anybody having any other doubt?
मैम वो क्वेश्चन 20 आप जो करा रहे थे ट्यूब 2 का वो दिखाना.
Okay. We have done it here. So you have a1, 3, an plus 1 is n upon n plus 1 into an. So an plus 1 will be n upon n plus 1 into an. So if you write an, that will be n minus 1 upon n into an minus 1. So you can keep on doing this. So you will get an plus 1 is equal to 1 upon n plus 1 into a1. That is 3 upon n plus 1. Right? So it means that an will be 3 upon n. We don't need this. Okay, so an is 3 upon n. It means that your series is divergent by p-test. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, beta. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.